Howdy, folks. I don't know if you've heard the news today, but it just came up on my YouTube that the Baltimore Ravens head coach, John Harbaugh, after 18 seasons, has been fired by the Baltimore Ravens after another season of accompanied by like a devastating collapse, essentially. Um, I'm shocked. I am shocked. The reason I'm shocked is because it's been something that I have been clamoring for a really long time, like a really long time. And I just never thought I would see the day. I mean, he signed a 3-year contract extension in the offseason. He was signed through 2028. They let him go this year, 2025. He got nowhere near that. I think, man, it's scary. We've only ever had 3 head coaches. He was a very successful one. I think he'll get into the Hall of Fame. I think he'll get in the Hall of Fame. And I think that, I think maybe Lamar had a hand in what happened here with this particular decision. You've got, not directly, but like you've got a quarterback approaching their prime. Still a pretty young guy. He's approaching his prime. And there have just been some personnel decisions where you're just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, John Harbaugh picking Zach Orr for defensive coordinator set our defense back into an 8-9 football team this year. And it was very apparent in the last week, the Steelers game, week 18 of 2025, that like one guy goes out and our roster just cannot compensate for someone. That person is Kyle Hamilton, obviously like a once in a generational talent at safety, but at the same time, it's like, even with him going out, it just devastates our football team to the point where we can't fucking defend a team that their top receiver is out, suspended. They've got a 42-year-old quarterback. And they were playing perfect coverage, and they still lost the game. It's unbelievable. But anyway, I mean, John Harbaugh's out. And I think decisions during this season led up to that. Why did Cooper Rush come in as the backup instead of... I know Tyler Huntley probably wasn't on the roster. I'd have to double check that during the time that Cooper Rush was available. But at the same time, you picked a guy that's just like so contrary to your system. And at first I thought it was kind of cool, I thought maybe they would build an offense around Cooper Rush and we would see what this coaching staff would be able to do with a different style of quarterback, because we've had such an anomaly for the past few seasons. It's like since 2018, and it's just like, it was not that at all. We were fucking terrible. 1-5, terrible. Lamar comes back, we win all these fucking games. I don't know what other way to slice it, y'all. Like, Lamar Jackson needs to stay. He needs to stay. I think he's going to stay. I think John Harbaugh, I think Bisciotti he made an investment call, and he chose his starting quarterback over a head coach who it was very loud in Baltimore about John Harbaugh. Very loud. And Steve Bisciotti is a person who, throughout his business life in general, he's a person who here listens to that. I think he listened to that. I think he finally I think after another fucking season where it happens again, where the team is unprepared again for these particular situations. I mean, don't talk to me about Tyler Lupe being a rookie, dude. Justin Tucker hit huge consequential kicks as a rookie when he was getting us our second Super Bowl. I think it's even more of an indictment in that sense, because there's such a parallel between the Justin Tucker thing. I've been telling people it feels like a plot point, a season ago is now like fucking us in the future, and it sucks. It sucks, and we just haven't been able to weather the storm. I mean, at me with that shit. about the kicker being a rookie. I don't give a fuck. I know we had a rookie kicker that got us a Super Bowl championship. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. And Ravens fans, man, I was threatening to boycott next season if fundamental change, is not made at the organizational level. And it's happened today. It happened. John Harbaugh is fucking gone. I think he'll land on his feet. Apparently, from sources that I read, 7 teams inquired about his services, and wouldn't you know it, there's 7 teams out there without head coaches that just got fired. They all called about him. He'll get another gig if he wants one. And I think he'll probably be successful. That Atlanta job would be perfect for John Harbaugh. As of this recording, January 6th, 2026, if John Harbaugh ended up in Atlanta, it would not surprise me one iota. And I sent another video out to y'all, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and follow me for just, Baltimore Ravens topics of conversation. And we'll just have a conversation about it. I'll try and provide some insight, but, I'm just going to go off of how I feel about it. And I feel that today is a major turning point in this organization. Major turning point. And I'm happy about it. I think change was needed. Chris Long talked about it on his podcast, and I thought he hit the nail right on the head, man. There needs to be a culture shift. Needs to be a culture shift. And you know what? I truly believe that if you're a head coach and you have an ego, Baltimore's head coaching spot is perfect for you. Perfect. There's got to be a guy on the market they like. I don't know who it is. I'm hoping it's not Raheem Morris. I don't know who it's going to be. What if it was Kurt Cignetti? That'd be fucking insane. The head coach from Indiana? That'd be nuts. Anyway, yeah, there's not much else to say. I think the results of the season just kind of showed it. And without Lamar, we lose games, regardless of who our head coach is, regardless of our defense, and that's what you got to make. And if you're in it to win Super Bowl championships, I think it's a big signal that Steve Bisciotti has sent today. He's like, we got to try something else. Y'all aren't happy. He ain't happy, probably. Lamar's not happy. I'm going to be negotiating with some different folk. So, I think this, and also, with Lamar going into a contract year, this really gives Lamar a lot of leverage to pick the guy that he wants to basically work with, essentially. They're giving Lamar the choice for that. I don't know how that's going to go. It's highly risky. Highly risky. What if Lamar really did take a step back? What if he's not as fast as he used to be? What if that's a permanent thing? What if that's not an injury thing? I think it's an injury thing, but it could be something more permanent. We don't know. So, those are my thoughts on that. And I hope that you all have a great day. Go Ravens flock. And it's a historic one, for sure.